1, 2, 3.
Did you know that GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64 only had 9 developers on the team, and 8 of them had never worked on video games before? Also, the entire GoldenEye game on the N64 is only 12 megabytes. You're listening to the Xbox Hub Podcast, the official podcast of the TheXboxHub.com. For the latest Xbox news, reviews, videos, and opinions, make sure you visit the TheXboxHub.com. But for now, settle down, get comfy, and open your ears for some podcast delights. Hello, welcome to the Xbox Hub Official Podcast, episode number 3. Wow. I'm Gareth Brierley, I'm your host today, and to my virtual left is Mr. Neil Watton.
How you doing, all right?
How you doing, Neil? See, I like that. Hello, straight away. And to my virtual right is Mr. James Burks.
Hello.
Hello! Yeah, that's what we like, a bit of enthusiasm.
You got it right this week.
I got it right this week, which is good. What have you been doing this week, you two? Anything fun?
The usual, really.
Yeah.
I've been gaming, I've been riding my bike, and I've been counting down the days till the summer holidays finish so the kids go back to school.
Good. Like every parent in the country.
Like every single one, yeah.
Looking at a wine bottle in the corner as the kids go back to school that day.
Open it up 10 a.m.
Yeah. What about you, James? Anything fun this week?
Well, it's a little bit different than normal, but I've been studying the language of Korean quite hard these past 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you give us something now, maybe?
I'd rather not embarrass myself.
Okay.
That's okay. I'll do that.
I'd rather you did.
Can we say in maybe 6 weeks' time you're gonna have a sentence? You're gonna open the podcast in Korean.
I can say hello.
Say that. Go on then.
Go on.
Annyeong.
Hang on. Oh, I like that. That's
I
good.
like the accent as well.
Thanks.
That's very good.
Authentic.
I'm really excited about this to see how kids' Korean section every week to see how it gets on. 1 word a week.
I'll just do the whole podcast in Korean next time.
Yeah, that's
I'll be
good.
ready.
You know when we do Judge Losty, whole minute.
A whole minute
Yeah.
Korean.
What's your favourite game from March 2008, James? In Korean, please.
Yeah, I'll prepare it.
I like that.
I'm ready.
Not messing around.
Mm.
Why are you doing this anyway?
Well, I'm just excited to just find out what you've been doing this week.
No, not you. I want to know why he's been learning Korean.
Well, I watch quite a lot of K-dramas. I listen to a lot of Korean music. And it's just annoying when you don't know what they're saying. So I thought, well, I'll learn it rather than read subtitles.
Okay.
What happens if you find out you hate what they're saying? Would that be it?
It'll be a massive waste of time. So let's hope that's not the case.
Okay, that won't be the case. Do you
have subtitles?
Yeah.
All
But
right, just
I
read
can't bother
them.
reading. Yeah, I can't bother reading them. I want to watch the programs.
Good.
What about
Not
when you
read.
listen to your K-pop music?
You can't have subtitles now. That's not how music works.
Is it not?
No, unfortunately.
I've never really listened to K-pop. I don't understand.
I've not
Should
listened
do.
to K-pop.
I'll give you a few recommendations after the podcast.
Maybe we can have a little K-pop.
I would say I'm about 20 years too late for that, to be honest.
And a few more.
Yeah, a few more.
I did this week for the first time. I mean, in a lot of things. I did British military fitness with Bear Grylls, but he didn't turn up. But that's what it's called. And I was in a park with 2 army people and about 40 others, being shouted at and doing things that I've never done before, like burpees and running and jumping.
Anything other than just sitting on your sofa with
Exactly.
the phone in your hand,
Exactly.
All right. Was this sold on the back of Bear Grylls actually being there? And
I thought he was going to be there. I thought it was a survival course. I didn't realise I was going to have to run around a tree. Yeah. Everything
Inner
hurts.
city London Park. Bear Grylls is going to be there.
I thought he was going to be there. Everything hurts, including my eyeballs. Even my eyeballs hurt. I don't know what. I'm not. I might go back. Right. Let's move on to the next bit. Now,
I want to know more.
What about?
What a burpees.
I was expecting. Well, I didn't know what a burpee was until I did it.
I thought you get patted on the back and then get your wind up.
Yes. You basically crouch down, put your legs out, and then you have to jump in the air. Do that about 8 times. Oh, it's horrible. Oh, it's
and can you do that 8 times?
No,
or is that a real struggle?
No. Everyone took pity on me. I was the last one. I was behind all the time. Even the guy was calling me his rear guard in a sort of like sad way, really sad way. Oh dear. Right. I've got some questions which we've been doing just to get us so you know us a little bit better. Last week we did some questions, and they were quite hard. They're a bit more longer questions.
They were very deep.
So I've got sort of 6 questions, and I'm going to ask Neil and James these in order, and then we're going to just get to know us a little bit better. So we're getting in depth into their souls. That's my plan. So by the end of these podcasts, you'll just know us inside out. Okay. So Neil, you're going to go first.
Okay.
Favourite football team?
Southampton, the mighty Saints.
Okay, good. How are they doing at the moment?
We're doing amazing. I don't know. I think we're about. The season's only just started, hasn't it? So I think we're about 14th, something like that.
Okay.
But it's much better than it's been for the last 2 or 3 years, which has been a real slog. I'm a season ticket holder, so I go to all home games, some away games. We've got Pompey in the Cup coming up, so that could be good fun or a complete and utter mess, which is more likely to be the case.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Pompey. Not Pompey. Southampton. That's the other ones. They're the people you hate. Sorry. I'm sorry about that.
I don't hate them.
You do hate them.
No.
Say it now, Neil. How much you hate them now?
No.
They'll find them.
It's not their fault.
Okay, question number 2. If you could time travel to any era in time, which one would it be?
I'd just go back to the early 90s.
Why the early 90s?
That's when the latest wave of punk music came about, and Green Day, Rancid, all that lot. And they're the best times ever, really.
And just kind of relive that all over again.
Oh yeah. Maybe not drinking so much, because that was a bit crazy.
But you'll be older now, so you'll be an older man. At least.
Oh yeah, well I certainly couldn't cope with the drink.
Okay.
100%. But that's all I do. I wouldn't go any further than that.
I like that. Early 90s. Okay, question number 3. If you could ask your pet one question, and they could reply, of course, what would it be?
Sausage or chicken, which do you prefer? he likes both. I've got a cockapoo, and he likes both, but I'd like to know which he prefers.
Okay, that's good. Nothing about how's this marvellous magic trick going to happen? What is it like being a dog? No. What do you want? Sausage or chicken? Good.
Sausage or chicken.
I like that.
I think he'd probably say sausage, to be honest.
Okay, good. So you already know the answer, really?
No, I'm guessing it.
Okay.
Right. I'm guessing it.
Question number 3. Is that right? If you could wipe out of existence one food, what would it be?
Anything that comes out of the sea.
What? Anything? Like a prawn, a fish?
Oh yeah. I don't eat anything that comes out of the sea. Long story. I was sick when I was 2 years old, and I'd eaten fish fingers before that. I blamed it on the fish fingers. Haven't touched fish or anything that comes out of the sea since. So there's no place in this world for stuff that comes out of the sea.
Wow.
Not to eat anyway. I like fish.
Yeah.
But not to eat.
So you remembered this at 2 years old?
Yeah, I can. I was in B&Q. I was next to the paint, and I just threw up all over the place.
Wow.
And I blame the fish fingers. Apparently, it wasn't that. But,
okay,
yeah.
So that's it. Anything from the sea. Okay.
Anything from the sea. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm just going. This is the last one. We'll do 5. If you had 1 hour to live, we don't know why. Apocalypse thing. What's the first thing you'd do?
I'd stick some Lycra on and get out on my bike and just ride to the end of the world.
I was worried about what you were going to say when you said, "I'll stick some Lycra on." I thought, "Oh
Go dancing.
yeah,
You know, last week you spoke of those German toilets across the
yeah, that's right. Good. Thank you.
No,
Neil.
I just keep pedaling until it all ended.
I like that. Thank you, Neil. I feel that we got to know you even more now.
I hope you did.
James, let's start with you. What's your
Let's do
football
it.
team?
The great Manchester United FC.
Wow.
The Red Devils.
Okay. How long have you been in support? Since you're forever?
Forever. And before.
And how are you doing at the moment?
Not great, but I don't think we're going to get relegated this season. So that's a positive.
Okay.
That's all we can hope for these days. It's not great.
It's not great.
One day you'll find out what it's like to support like a proper team that doesn't win everything every time.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
I do.
in a
I do
way,
know what it's like.
in a way, I want to see you struggle just for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And then maybe win a cup every now and then.
It'd be amazing if Man U got relegated. It's never going to happen, but it'd be amazing.
Well, I was a Morecambe fan for 2 weeks, so I know how bad it can be.
Okay, question number 2. If you could time travel to any era, which would it be?
Probably the Jurassic period.
Oh, right.
With all dinosaurs.
Yeah. And the Jurassic is just is a particular period of the dinosaurs. And which dinosaurs were around in that period?
Well, you've also got the T-Rex.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I just want to see if his arms really are tiny.
Okay.
Because it seems a little bit silly. Massive dinosaur, tiny arms. I can't imagine that was the king at the time. Well, it can't have been the king of the dinosaurs.
Well, no.
So I just want to find out.
Would you actually argue with him though if he said, "I am the king of the dinosaurs"?
Probably not.
No.
But I tell his mates, he's talking a bit of nonsense there, isn't he?
Tell
Behind
his
back.
Tell his mates the Triceratops or the
Yeah, and
Brontosaurus or something.
Stegosaurus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can sort him out.
You basically want to go back and argue with a dinosaur. That's your...
I do like a good argument, I've got to be honest.
Okay. Now, I know you haven't got a pet, have you, James? So,
No.
But if you had a pet and you could ask it one question and it could reply to you in English, what would you ask?
Who's a good boy?
Oh my word! So, yeah, okay, good. So, who's a good boy? And the dog or cat or fish would say.
Well, it'd be a dog. It'd definitely be a dog.
It would say me, and that's the end of it.
Hopefully.
Okay.
If it's not, it'd be out of the house. It's be a bad boy.
What type of dog would it be?
Definitely a Alsatian.
Oh,
There we go.
wrong call.
There we go. Okay, if there's one food you could just wipe out of existence, what would it be?
I'm with Neil on this one. I think fish. Anything from the sea, really.
Okay.
Or vegetables. Or fruit. Fruit, vegetables, or fish.
Fruit, vegetables, or... So you're just left with meat?
I'm quite a fussy eater.
He's left with KFC, basically, isn't he?
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
I'd have chicken and potatoes. I let potatoes go.
Okay.
And other kind of vegetables.
As long as they're in chip form.
Exactly.
Wow.
Good for me.
I'm in shock here. Okay, last one. You've got 1 hour to live. What would you do?
I think I've finally finished watching Daredevil on Netflix. Just so I can say I've seen it.
It's only one episode. How many episodes are you behind?
Oh, at least 6.
Oh, you just got.
I'd have to fast forward.
You just have to watch that last one. Hopefully,
I'll just skip a few.
Yeah.
I'll just skip a few.
Could you not just watch it at like 30 times the speed and just guess what they're talking about?
It's possible. It might be better that way.
It'd be like your K-pop stuff and all your Korean films that you watch.
Yeah, I just make it up as I go along. Just go, yeah, that's exactly what's going on. That was a good TV show. And now I'm dead.
That's the saddest way I've ever heard to spend the last hour alive.
Sadder than cycling.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yes. Right, good. That's it. We got to know Neil and James a whole lot better. Thank you very much.
Are we going to get to know you now?
Oh, yeah.
as well?
Okay, let me do me quickly.
Okay, go.
Colchester United football team. Supported them since we're a thing.
Who?
Yeah, everyone says who. League Two team.
What league? All right.
League Two. And we're doing all right at the moment. We're doing all right. And what's the next one? Time travel. I would go back to the Victorian age. I don't know why. I don't like Victorian values. But I kind of liked it. It was a very exciting time with the Industrial Revolution. I'd be really interested in seeing that. That's my one. If I can ask my pet one question, what would it be? I think it would be, how far can you see? Is it in black and white? And there we go.
How far can you see?
Yeah. I'm just curious. Oh, that's not a good one, is it? I should have asked something like, do you dream? Do you dream? That's what I should have asked.
The dog would just say, I don't care. I just want some food.
I'd like
Feed
to
me.
ask your dog, where do you get all your friends from?
Yes.
Because I know that your house is like an open house for animals, isn't it?
Yes, where I live, my house, my back garden it just links to many other back gardens, and like sometimes I have about 3 or 4 dogs just roaming around in here, and then they all go on the way.
Just wandering, use your bed, and set off.
It's like a club 18 to 30 holiday in this little area.
For dogs.
If one food that I'd wipe out existence, I think it would have to be plums. They give me the shivers. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm glad you said shivers. Quite possibly give you something else as well.
And 1 hour to live, what would I do? I think, like Neil, I might just go out. I might actually just drive. Or it'd be lovely to go drive so I can see the whole sky. We're sort of imagining this kind of apocalyptic ending, aren't we? I like to see it coming at you. Yeah. Good.
Would you not go on your new Bear Grylls military course with your new mates?
No, that's how I'm going to die. That's not. Okay, brilliant.
That's the end of the world.
Well, that's it. We've chatted for 15 minutes about us. Let's talk about games. That's what we're here for.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What have you been playing this week? It's busy time now. What's been going on?
Very busy.
Neil, what have you been playing?
More PUBG.
Yeah.
Obviously. New season on that, so been racking up the challenges and the kills on PUBG. Can't be that really. Well, I say racking up the kills. I've got a couple in a week.
Good.
That's all that matters. Pretty much 2. Yeah. Other than that, I was playing Control. I was playing it for a couple of weeks. Reviewed it, loved it. Even though it's story based, and I don't really do story games.
What did you give it?
Magical. Did I give it a 4.5?
Out of 5, yeah.
Yeah, 4.5 out of 5. Yeah, I did because there's some issues with the map. You bring up a map, and then everything just drops in frame rate when you come back to the game.
Right.
And that was really annoying. But other than that, it's a damn good game.
I played about an hour of it, so yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So you haven't got far into it yet, then, have you?
No, maybe I'm sort of 4 missions in or something. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to say too much because it really is story driven.
Yeah.
And it would spoil it for anyone really.
I haven't played it yet.
I think we could talk about.
If James hasn't played it, we can spoil it for him, so it's fine.
I think the combat's great. I think this is no secret because you've seen it on the things, but you can use like telekinesis and grab anything and throw them across, and that's amazing, isn't it?
Wow.
That kind of like.
I have to say, once I got levitation down to a T, picking stuff, flying up into the air, picking stuff up and chucking it, and then following up with either a shotgun blast or like a sniper shot or something. I don't remember any combat that's been so fluid and so good as that.
Yeah.
It really is solid. Really good.
And it's this idea you can just rip out anything, isn't it? As well, sometimes you press the button and you suddenly go, "What's that coming from?" It's something. It's almost coming from the walls.
Out of the floor and out of the walls. Yeah,
amazing.
It's really clever. I knew Remedy were going to do a good game because that's what they do. They don't chuck out a game every year or every 6 months. Do they take 5 years over a game, a bit like Rockstar do. And it pays off. It really does pay off.
Yeah.
So it's not perfect, but
no, it's very, very good. Good control. James.
Well, mine's not quite as exciting, but I've been playing PC Building Simulator.
Oh, what do you mean it's not exciting? Tell us more.
Well, essentially what I do is I fix computers for cash. Well, it's not real cash, and my time's just wasted on it. But it's not too bad. I've played worse games.
So tell us So tell us what do you do from the beginning?
Right.
Losty's got no words.
So yeah, I'm completely shocked and
Right,
excited.
I'll take it slow for you.
Yeah, go on.
Basically, you can strip down PCs. So you take the casing off, you can take the cables out, take the CPU, and you just strip PCs down and fix them. Whatever the client needs, you do what's necessary.
But who are you? Are you a sort of like...
I'm just a man.
Anyone
A man with a plan.
Has he got a name? He's got a career plan?
No. Well, a career plan, he wants a better PC. So to get the money to make a better PC is helping other people, essentially.
Oh,
and
okay.
doing the job of fixing PCs. It is quite relaxing now, because you can put music on in the background and just chill while you're doing it.
Yeah.
And you do learn quite a bit. I haven't yet, but some people will.
So do you think you can make a PC now in real life?
I know how to plug it in now, which I forgot to do on the first attempt.
Number one on the IT help desk. Is it plugged in?
It got me an achievement now.
Did it really?
Plugging it in.
Good.
It's worth it. But yeah, it's good. But I can't spoil too much because I'm reviewing it.
You can't spoil it. What's happened?
No.
Does he become a terrorist or something? Halfway through.
I mean,
Special
I can't confirm nor
effects.
deny it.
Special abilities.
He starts ripping stuff from the walls.
It becomes one with the PC.
Like the Matrix.
Do you play it out as just as like a static screen? That is it? And you've just got a PC in front of you and you have to stick bits in, take bits off? Or
Basically in a bedroom.
right.
And you put the PC down on the desk. And then you mess around with it on there. So it's kind of like a static screen.
And the customers, they come to your bedroom, do they?
No, you send emails. It's a bit creepy
Oh,
to
okay.
turn up at your bedroom.
This is what I'm thinking.
Going,
Yeah.
can you help?
Your mum's let me in. Can you help me build 486? God, that's going back a while, isn't it? To 486.
It's quite funny though when they say, it's a bit dusty, can you clean it out for me? So you just dust the PC and they send it back.
Are they paying you for this?
Yeah.
Oh, right. How much do you get paid for a dusting?
I think it was $100.
Oh, that's not bad. How long did that take you?
It took all of 30 seconds.
Wow. This is good.
I think it might be a career for it. A career in PC building.
How much have you made so far?
1,637, I think.
That's not too bad.
Have you actually got it on next to you while you're playing this?
No,
Playing this, talking this?
but I actually could do. Because it's just quite chilled. You could just be sitting there fixing it and going, right, I'll play a bit more later. It's relaxing.
Wow. Good. Brilliant. That sounds good. I'm quite excited about that. I've been playing many games. Many games. Because it's getting really busy now, isn't it, for us? But I think Man of Medan is one that I did a review for us maybe a week ago or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's about that, yeah.
And I spent some time with Man of Medan. I think we talked about it last week. I was on a boat on the Thames and I did a bit of a preview thing with a load of other journos. And that was... So I had a sense of what it's going to be like. But it's really, really good. It's great. You've got... The great thing about it is you've got the story mode, which you just play on your own like any other game, and that's fine. It's like a 5 to 6 hour adventure. It has many different ways of, multiple endings. If you go this, it really does make your consequences. It really does make a choice about who dies and who lives. A bit like their first game, which is I can't even remember now. Dawn Horizon, maybe I made that up.
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn.
Yeah, you could have many different ways, and they're really good at that kind of like brilliantly expression on faces, really good kind of like motion capture performance. It looks great as well. But the great thing about this game is the multiplayer aspects. So you can play with a friend online, and sort of it shares out the story between the two of you. So, say me and Neil are playing now. Me and Neil will be on the boat. We'll be talking to each other, having a conversation, and we make decisions on either side about how we act. This changes the story. But Neil might be on this boat and he might go off diving into the sea, and I might stay up on the boat and just be drinking beer and having a chat with someone else. But you both experience two different aspects of the game.
Yeah.
And you go do different paths, which is really quite exciting.
So, is there any way of you taking in the other side of it then?
Yeah, absolutely. You can
So
do that.
you'd have to start a new playthrough.
Yeah, you have to start a new
Have a
playthrough.
completely different kind of conversation or something like that.
Exactly, and you
what?
can keep doing that different. You can have different choices all the time. So, one of the things as well is you do this thing which I did with two others, is you can do a cinema night, and that's basically you three of you or up to five people, you sit on the sofa and you play the game together, and what you do at some point, it will say to you, pass the controller to the next person. So you're doing this sort of shared story bit, and that is really good fun. Because
how does it decide when to pass the controller?
It's after a scene or after something has happened, if that makes sense.
And then that person will have a completely different decision to make.
Yeah, or they might swap characters as well. So it does the main story. So in the main story on your own, you're swapping between the 3 or 4 characters. Makes sense. But it does, and the scares are really scary. So when you've got 3 or 4 of you, I think I said in the review, I had one of them just run into the kitchen, refused to come back.
Oh yeah,
it was a dog. yeah. And I think that's the great thing. It's quite. I really liked it because I thought this is quite a good little game to bring out when you've got a few people around. Like Christmas, let's have a go at this together.
It's a different type of party game, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
A scary one.
They're doing another one next year, which they announced at the end of the game, which is another one of their, because it's a series of games in the sort of horror anthology. And they've already got the next one for 2020 with who's the actor in it? Will, English actor.
Ferrell.
No. Will.
He's the only Will on that.
Will Smith.
No.
Will Smith.
Will Portner. No, he's in Bandersnatch. The lead
Will
actor. In
Portier.
Willie
Portier.
Coyote.
Willie Coyote. He's in it. Yeah. So there you go, Man of Medan.
Is it Medan or Medan?
I call it Medan, and that's how we should all call it now.
Or Medan.
Or Medan.
Medan. Man of Medan. Yeah, okay.
It's good.
Depends if your name's Dan or not, I guess.
Yeah.
Man of Medan.
Very good, Neil. Very good. Yeah, so that's good. I played a bit of Blair Witch as well, but I've only done about an hour or so, but I really like that. That was very good as well.
A bit scary.
Really scary. And nothing's happened. Yeah. Right. So that's what we've been playing. Anything that's piqued our interest that we've seen around at the moment?
I've also been playing We Were Here, which is New Games of Gold title.
Yeah.
I think it comes middle of September. It goes free.
And that's right.
For everyone that's got a live gold membership. But I've been playing that with James.
Yeah.
We got early code. And it's a bit like Man of Medan, really. I've just said Medan. Man of Medan.
Yeah.
As one person plays one part of a story and the other person does something completely different to help them along.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look great. You've got to be honest there.
Right.
And that might turn some people off. But I think it's only going to be, well, outside of Games of Gold, I think it's only going to be like $5, which is stupidly cheap. It's a nice little puzzler. We were on mic the other night, weren't we, James? And I was having to do certain things, and I had like a load of hieroglyphics on the wall, and he had to find specific bits to tell me which buttons to press to open doors, so I can then move through to another puzzle.
Yeah, it really encourages communication.
Okay.
Yeah,
If you don't
definitely.
communicate properly, you'll get nowhere. I mean, it's so easy to miss something. You've got to sit there and describe everything that you can see, and just catch on to what's going to be a solution.
Yeah,
To move
well,
forward.
there's a bit at the start, isn't there? I had some writing on the wall, and James had some writing on the wall, and it wasn't until we both read them out loud did we work out what we were meant to be doing.
Yeah.
You're both seeing completely different things.
Yeah.
Different rooms.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Cool. Whether we meet further down the line or not, I don't know, because it's set in, is it in the Antarctic or something like that?
Yeah.
And we're just kind of trapped inside this room, this building, and we just have to get out. And another thing that I liked, I think we can say this, can't we, without spoiling too much, but
It depends. We're
the walkie-talkie, you pick that up early, and to communicate, the game tells you to get out of party chat and use game chat, and then you have to press the walkie-talkie on and off to talk to your co-op partner, which is a really good idea.
Yeah.
It didn't quite work out perfectly, but it's a really clever idea, wasn't it? So
That's good. I like stuff like that. It's like that Metal Gear Solid, the first game, when you had to switch your controller physically to battle a boss. You had to take it out of the port. Things that you have to do with the console.
Did you really?
Yeah.
It's great.
I remember that.
There was a big thing with GoldenEye, the first GoldenEye. The developers at one point were considering every time on the N64 you reload a gun, you take the cartridge out and put it back in, or the rumble cartridge. Do you remember it used to have a rumble cartridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, you physically do that and put it back into reload, but they
That would be quite annoying. After
it would be, But that's great. Oh, that sounds
it's
good.
It's fun a couple of times, but Christ, imagine doing that after.
But it's worth keeping an eye on that game. Once it goes free.
Can you play on your own and online with someone, or can you do it? Is it got to be two people? That's what I'm saying.
It's got to be two people. It doesn't work otherwise.
Okay.
But there's public matches, or there will be public matches once it actually goes live, because obviously we've got early access, so it's only us two playing it on private at the moment.
Okay.
But it's a very clever game, and because it's so cheap, and because it's free, I think if it wasn't free, people would just say, "I'm not playing this." They'd take one look and say, "I don't want to play it." Because it's free, and because it's on Games with Gold, I think people will take a look and they'll enjoy it.
Yeah,
People will like it. Yeah,
I really hope so.
Okay.
And tons of achievements. Because
oh my word,
there's basically 2 achievements, is it, James, for every room that you
Every
complete.
puzzle. Yeah.
And some, once you know what you're doing for the certain puzzle, it's done in 30 seconds, isn't it? Really.
It's a bit like an escape room, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to get a lot of games score from it anyway.
well, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Sounds right up my street.
You see the
You
friends.
just got to find a friend. Yeah.
I've got no friends. You two have gone. You've played it.
Get old Bear in again.
Yeah, Bear Grylls. Give him a ring. Said you let me down the training. I want to see you
I'm
playing
going to
an
make you play this.
Xbox free game mid-September. I saw a thing today which intrigued me, and I was thinking it was about Cyberpunk, the game coming out from the Witcher developers, and they're talking about how they're going to be adding some multiplayer elements to it. That story kind of came out today. And I think what they're going to do, it's like Red Dead, they release the multiplayer stuff a bit later on after the first player's been thing. And it made me think about these sort of like huge games like Cyberpunk or Red Dead, and about the need to have multiplayer in those games added on. It's like, for me, with Red Dead Redemption 2, which I loved my favourite game last year, when it came to the multiplayer, I found it hard to go back to that world, because I had such an amazing kind of story in that world with my character, and it had a big effect on me, really involved. When I went back there, and I was getting lassoed by my mates and thrown into the back of horses, it kind of ruined the little world for me, so I've had trouble going back. So I think my question to you two is, Atlas, do you think certain games should just forget about multiplayer, like especially big story-driven games? Or do you think it's a good thing? It's a good thing to get them in. If that makes sense.
Get rid of them. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Control with any multiplayer in it.
No.
No, it doesn't need it. They don't need it. And I'm with you on the Red Dead as well. Loved the single player.
Yeah.
Hardly touched the online. I've just got no interest in it.
No.
I did the same with GTA 5.
Yes.
Yeah, GTA 5. Again, put hours and hours into the single player.
Yeah.
They went online. I can't be bothered with it, to be honest.
Yeah.
So,
but I bet there's certain people who've never played the GTA 5 story.
Me.
But
yeah, I think we're
but
probably
they played
talking
the
about it
online.
at the moment, aren't we? Yeah.
Same with Red Dead. I just played the online.
Yeah.
And even without playing the story, I know that the multiplayer is a waste of time.
Yeah.
They might as well not bothered.
So didn't you like the online on Red Dead?
No, it was a little bit lacking in stuff to do.
They're building stuff into it all the time, though, aren't they? I know
Yeah.
There's a big update coming soon, very soon, as in like the next couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah, but would you rather focus on story content and build the base game rather than wasting time on multiplayer?
Personally, yes, I would.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Red Dead Online summer update. It's coming next week. Brings new frontier pursuits, specialist roles. No, I'm sure some will like it.
Experience to the main game, isn't it? It's a completely different way of playing it.
Yeah. And I think they're trying to be really expansive with these worlds, aren't they? But it's really hard, isn't it, when you have these kind of huge worlds? Either you go completely into, like, you build a Red Dead world or a GTA world and you go, let's make it an MMO, let's make it from the start, you know?
Yeah.
It's all these people doing all these stuff for the missions.
Yeah. But because I know when all the reviews went out for Red Dead, it hit 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100 across the board, apart from one place that I read that will not be named because they slammed it for stupid reasons. But if they had released the multiplayer instead of the single player, what would the scores have been then for Red Dead Online?
Average.
Oh, average, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Because that game is about, also that, the most amazing things about a game is when you join the camp for the first time and you're in this environment, aren't you? But they're all operating. I mean, the thing about Red Dead as well, it's not a thing. It's lots of violence in there. There's lots of kind of bad, but it's about kindness. It's about good as well, isn't it? It's not got the GTA thing where you can sort of like go out and beat anyone up. You haven't got that. Even though you can do that, you can't. It's about this kind of little community of people around a campfire and about that bond that puts them together, which I think has a much more kind of like a moral look to it, especially by the end. But the moment you go online, all you're doing is trying to kill people quickly or lasso them and throw them in the river. And then kill them
usually
again.
your own teammates.
Yeah, James. That's James.
Stick them under train.
Yeah.
It's
So you kind of lose the beauty of that world, and those two things I can't relate together. But maybe it's hard. It's hard with that sometimes. It's certain games like Call of Duty. They released it last year, didn't they? They had a game. They had their Call of Duty last year was their first time they just had multiplayer, and they didn't have a campaign.
Was it last year? Year before last? Was it? It must have been a couple of years ago they did that, was it not?
Oh, I think it was last year.
Was it really?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Right.
And they just had the Battle Royale and the usual stuff. But people did really miss that single campaign as well, It was always a thing about, you do play the multiplayer, but you have a 5-hour single campaign that people sort of enjoyed. It's just interesting.
To answer your question though,
yeah.
No, you shouldn't just stick multiplayer on.
I agree.
Yeah.
Completely.
And that's coming from James, who is the multiplayer king.
Mm-hmm. Some games don't need it.
You're more a co-op guy, aren't you?
Co-op, yeah. But
I'd
rather a co-op story than something added on at the end. Just to play with others. There's no need for it.
Okay. Let's move on. Are we anything else you want to talk about? Things you want to see?
I think we've mumbled
I was
on
going to
enough.
mention
Oh yeah.
I was going to mention Games with Gold
Yes.
on the whole, because the other game they're giving away was Hitman.
Oh yeah.
And it's already been in Game Pass.
Mm.
So I'm thinking, are they running out of ideas of what to give away? Is there any point of Games with Gold anymore?
I think that's
No,
a
Game
really
Pass.
good point. Because I'll be honest with you, since I've had Game Pass, I never look at Games for Gold at all. Because normally I've either got the game on Games Pass or I've got the game. So, yeah, I just don't consider it anymore. But I suppose it's for the people who haven't got Game Pass, have they?
Yeah, if you haven't got Game Pass, then you're doing it wrong.
The thing is, Game Pass is a no-brainer now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Now it's tied into the subscription as well.
yeah.
You get the ultimate package, can't you?
Yeah.
I think eventually, further down the line, they will just ditch Games with Gold.
Mm. Yeah.
Or maybe not ditch it, but they will completely mix it up from what it is now.
They have to.
Because, well, like Joe says, Hitman is basically free anyway. I like to think of Games Pass as providing free games. So I know people will moan about that, but they are, to me, free games.
Yeah. Yeah.
We Were Here is a very, very cheap game anyway. And like I said before, okay, people wouldn't necessarily play it if it wasn't free, but it's still a cheap kind of get out for them, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not two 50 quid games that they're giving away, is it?
No,
So,
no. And the 360 games.
the 360 games I could care less about, to be honest. But then I don't like backwards compatibility. So I see no point in it.
Okay. The only thing I don't like about the Xbox Game Pass is the games going out, not, being thrown away a month. What's the word for it?
Removed.
Yeah,
Removed,
leaving.
recycled.
Yeah.
Leaving.
Leaving.
Simple word.
A technical word.
There's one that's happened today, I think. It's one of the racing games that I've just downloaded that came out called Outcast? No, I don't know what's it called. Control? No, that's not it.
You get there in a minute.
That's a racing game. Oh,
How
it only was released last year. It's the one you're playing against each other, and it's almost like a bit of a burnout.
Onrush.
Onrush. That's gone. That's going today or tomorrow.
Oh, they've taken it out, have they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bloody good game
that's
as well.
annoying.
Really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Okay.
But they've got to do that to keep it fresh.
I know.
Netflix.
Because otherwise, nobody would ever buy a game again, ever. You wouldn't have to, would you?
No,
Who now buys? Okay, again, I'm probably speaking to the wrong people, but who buys a DVD? Who buys a Blu-ray?
Yeah.
When you've got Netflix and Sky and Amazon and blah 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 blah.
James does all this.
I do.
He does, yeah.
Okay.
He's a good man.
Let's play Judge Losty. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Judge Losty is a game we've played in the first 2 episodes, and it's where James and Neil have to pitch to me for 1 minute their game of the month, and I choose a month and a year, and they can choose any game from that month or the year. And for example, we've had, what did we have last time? August 2014, I think. And the winner was Neil with the Metro pack. What was it called?
It's dubious.
Dubious.
Yeah, he's still moaning about it, James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's ridiculous,
He
but
wasn't happy.
never mind.
But they have a minute to pitch.
You won't win this week either.
And I have to choose which one is the winner. And the year and the month is 2009, November 2009, and they can pick any game. So who's going to go?
November.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Can I just say, somebody asked me in the week, why is it called Judge Losty? I said, what do you mean, why is it called Judge Losty? Losty is the judge. I said, yeah, but who's Losty?
Oh, yeah, because they don't know. My name...
The Lost Island.
Oh, yeah, my Xbox
Losty.
gamer tag is the Lost Island. So these two know me from that, so they call me Losty. So Judge Losty.
And other things.
Yeah, and other things. So,
Yeah,
we won't go
many
into that.
words. Many words.
Who's going to go first?
Neil can go first this
Neil,
week.
you're going to go first as you won.
Cool.
I've got a clockwork here.
Try that bit again.
Clockwork, clockwatch.
Sorry, we can edit. It's fine.
No, we're not going to edit this.
we don't edit.
We don't edit this.
We just go.
This is my clockwatch. Right. So you got a minute, Neil, and it's November 2009, and it starts now.
Okay. The original may have been a bit boring, but by the time Assassin's Creed 2 came around, Ubisoft knew exactly what they needed to do from their new franchise. Following the story of, and excuse my Italian, Ezio Auditore Differente, AC2 is pretty much the game that moulded the franchise into the juggernaut it is today, foregoing everything that the first one was, because that was rubbish. Taking place in 15th century Italy.
30 seconds.
You got the chance to go to Venice, Florence, Rome, all over the place. Whether you're playing Assassin's Creed 2 for enjoyment or just to pass your GCSE history, it definitely delivered. Eagle Vision worked brilliantly. Chatting with Leonardo da Vinci was brilliant. Combat system came into its own. Not a patch on what the recent AC games were, like Origins and Odyssey. But one game that really hammered home a franchise, Assassin's Creed 2.
Perfect. Minute. That's it. You're done. You're done.
I was going to go.
Yeah, no, you're done. Good.
You're right.
Very good. Any questions there?
Well.
Any cross-examination there, James?
He's got nothing on this one. Nothing.
You got nothing, James? You got nothing to question him about?
I've got nothing about my own, let alone Neil's.
I got a message from James saying we are doing October 2000. This is about half an hour ago, so we can see how prepared James is with this. Right, are you ready, James?
He's normally the most prepared person in the world. It's like, when are you going to be on? 6:45 on the dot, isn't it?
Yeah.
But,
Here we go, James. Let's listen to this. I haven't got much hope. Right, ready, and go.
Right. Well, I'm normally a bit of a wuss when it comes to games, but I've chosen Left 4 Dead 2 because it was an incredible co-op experience. When you get together with a few mates and you chase by infected zombies, there's nothing quite like it. There's so many different zombies as well. You had the big tank, the one that spits on you.
30 seconds.
The boomer that vomits. That was amazing. And the witch. There's nothing... You've not been scared until you've seen the witch. And it's chased you out of your skin. But I think that's definitely the best game of October. And November even. And I've fluffed it.
Stop!
put him out of his misery.
Someone put me down.
Neil, do you want to cross-examine him?
No, I don't think I need to say anything, do I?
No, you don't. The one that spits at you. And if you haven't ever seen a witch, oh dear, that was great.
Losty's been playing Blair Witch. Surely that's the scariest witch. I've never played Blair Witch.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Oh, was it not?
No.
Can I just say though?
Yeah.
Was there Left 4 Dead 3? I'm right in saying that, aren't I?
I didn't think there was, but maybe you're right.
No, what was the game? What was the game that came out then? That was like the sequel to the
4
sequel.
versus 1 game, wasn't it?
What was that?
That one with the big monsters.
Evolve.
That was it.
No, that wasn't following on from that. Was
No,
it?
there was 2 Left 4 Deads, wasn't there? Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah,
but I thought there was one a couple of years ago that was meant to be like the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead 2.
not by the same people.
Because it's the Half-Life people, wasn't it? Valve, who did Left 4 Dead 2.
I can't remember, to be honest.
I think it was.
That's going to require a Google at some point.
Yeah.
Well,
James,
other than that, I've got nothing to say.
Good, I think. James, that was a valiant effort, but I'm afraid Neil had me at Assassin's Creed 2. That was it straight away. He didn't say it was a good argument. It's a great game.
My own sword there.
Yeah,
you did.
You did well there to be unprepared half an hour ago.
Yeah, I'd like to apologise to everyone. all the listeners.
It was
my one fan. I'm sorry.
the one that spits on you is my favourite thing. Yeah. Just someone gobbing at you. Right. Okay, good. So that's...
Anyway, can you just say that again? I'm the winner.
You're the winner.
Again,
So it's
2 weeks in a row.
2-1 to Neil. So it's
Do it where you can.
official game for the Xbox Hub for November 2009 is Assassin's Creed 2. So next time, in 2 weeks' time, we're going to have... it's going to be February 2017.
Let me write it down.
Yeah, write that down.
Write it down. A few times on both hands. Tattoo it on your face or in a mirror. Yeah.
I think you got the best games. You could have also had in that time Dragon Age Origins, Braid, which is very good.
I love Braid. Yeah.
Yeah, Little Big Planet, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which is very popular.
You forgot one.
What's that?
Dragon Ball Raging Bull.
I forgot that for a reason.
I was going to pick that.
I know.
You
I
also
thought you
got Just Dance on the Wii.
Oh, Just Dance. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, last week we had a competition, and it's for a £25 voucher for Xbox Live, and we asked
Xbox credit.
Xbox credit, sorry, and they had to say what their favourite game and why for what was the month again? 2014, August 2014. Yeah. And we've got a winner. The winner is Evo Monkey Xbox. That's his real name, I think. And he said, for me, it has to be Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Love the mobile game and on Xbox. Just gave it that extra bit of fun, so it'll always be a gem. Good listen. Shane Pinball isn't my cup of tea. That was a kid's game of last time. We choose a coffee over a table any day. So that's Evo Monkey Xbox at £25.
£25 or $25, whichever they want.
Will be coming to you very soon. So thank you.
We'll contact them on YouTube or something or other.
Brilliant. And we've got a new competition this week, haven't we? And we're doing it for. There's a game called Raw Jurassic Edition. Is that right?
With an exclamation mark.
Yeah.
Don't forget the exclamation mark.
And we've got a free code for that game. And all we want you to do this time is to just tell us what your favourite dinosaur is. And maybe you could say why. You don't have to. You can just say what a dinosaur is. But it'd be nice if you say why. And you could put that on our YouTube video of this podcast on the channel. Or you can tweet it with the hashtag TXHpod. Or leave a comment on our Facebook page on the Xbox Hub. Have we missed anything else there?
No. Good, James has played that, haven't you, James? You like that game?
You love that game.
Never heard of it.
Never. Good. What have we got coming up? What are we looking forward to in the next 2 weeks before we come on? Anything?
Loads of stuff.
Lots of games, isn't there? It's really
Borderlands. Finally, we've spoken about Borderlands.
Yes.
Borderlands
2 weeks ago and a month ago,
and
finally Borderlands is going to be here.
Are you looking forward to that one?
Yeah. I like a bit of Borderlands.
Why do you like that? What's
it's just a bit nuts, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is.
It's going to be pretty much the same, isn't it, as the other ones? I think they're not going to break the formula of it, are they? They're going to do...
You mean they'll have bazillions of guns and what's the other stuff that they...
Best way.
Yeah.
Lots of loot,
yes.
And 4 people can play together, is that right? Are they always be able to do that? Okay, fine. Borderlands, that's good. What about you, James? Anything?
Slightly looking forward to Gears 5.
Oh, yeah, it's out on Friday, isn't it?
Because I played Gears 4 like 2 weeks ago. I finally completed it, and I thought, I'm ready now. I'm ready to see what's next for Kate and all the rest of the Gears gang. I just hope they do something different with the horde mode.
Kate and the rest of the Gears gang. That sounds like an office party on a Friday night.
Sorry, I do know them.
It's like a quiz team night. Kate and the Gears gang. That's 100 points again.
Have you been playing Gears Pop on mobile?
Yes, I played it on laptop.
Any good?
It is quite addictive getting all the little pop figures.
Is it?
Ooh.
Yeah.
You collect those anyway, don't you? Like in real life.
I do. And it's quite satisfying to win a game, get a crate, wait 4 hours for it to unlock, and then see what you've got. It's fun. For free, you can't complain, really.
Yeah. It fills the space, I guess, until Gears 5 is here.
Definitely it gets you excited for it.
Yeah.
Good. I've got 2 games. I've got many games. There's so many games. It's pairs. It's so many things. Greedfall, which we talked about last week, which I'm really looking forward to. That I didn't know much about until Gamescom. I'm really looking forward to that. But my major one is Bus Simulator.
Oh dear.
I really want to play this. It's the idea is you drive a bus, so you pick people up, and you drive a bus, and you do a shift. Something
drive a bus some more.
That's it, and do it. You do your shift. You go home. You cry into your pillow, and you get up in the morning and you do your shift. There's something about it I find quite appealing.
It's already out on PC, isn't it?
Is it?
I guess. Yeah. Oh, you obviously haven't played it on PC. Yeah, it is already on PC, but yeah,
it's game of the year.
I know. There's loads of these simulators coming to console, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean we
like
reviewed quite a few of them.
World
and
Airport Sim World and Fishing Sim World and all the other Sim Worlds.
Yeah, it's something about people like doing jobs that they're never going to do.
But like building PCs
or driving buses or being a firefighter, and they just kind of love, or being a car mechanic, and they just love the idea of doing that job on a daily basis on the screen. I think I played some terrible ones, and I'm waiting for that one that's going to change my life, and I think this might be it.
What's the worst one? It won't be this one. This one looks all right, actually. But what is the worst simulator one that you've played on Xbox One?
The airport fire services one, where you're in a weird blank airport in the middle of Germany. There's no people around except for this kind of zombie group of firefighters. But every hour there's a fire in this airport. I don't know how it's not been shut down, this airport. Every time a plane lands, it's on fire. And you have to rush out, put the fire out, and then you go back and sit in the station and with your weird zombie fire people and just wait for the next hour later for another fire. I don't know how they survive in this airport. Well, there's no one there as well, which is strange. There's no one in the airport. There's no one around.
To be fair, if every plane that comes in is on fire, you're not going to get many customers, are you?
No, but they keep putting them up there. They keep doing it, and they keep going down. I mean, they've got more people just running the fire department than have staff doing the airport. Yeah, that was the worst one. That was painful. Oh dear me. Thanks, Neil. That's impressed me.
You'll be fine with Bus Simulator, though.
Yeah,
looks all right.
Be fine.
It's half decent.
So that's it. So we're going to be back in 2 weeks' time, I think. And thank you, Neil. Thank you, James.
No worries.
Really
thank
good.
You.
Really
glad
for the
to
next
be
one.
here.
And thank you, everyone else. And we will see you soon. Don't forget, get on to the YouTube channel, leave a comment. What's your favourite dinosaur? Or go on Twitter, or go on Facebook. And if you like this, leave a comment as well. Like it. And we'll see you very soon. Thank you very much. Bye.
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 You've been listening to the official podcast of TheXboxHub.com. You'll be able to find all the notes of this show at www.TheXboxHub.com/podcast. You can also check out our social feeds on Instagram and Twitter at The Xbox Hub, and search for The Xbox Hub on Facebook.